Ladies and gentlemen, we are here during another day of Ragnarok because we are going to talk about one of the most difficult reagents in the entire game to get. We're going to be talking about something that you actually have to basically max your crafting to get to. And if you have that one character that you want to max your crafting, we're talking about the very, very end of that process. We're talking about the Revered crafting stuff, which uses stuff from Imperia, which is the end of Arc 3. So I'm in the Arcanum right now because where you get these quests and recipes is from here, and the actual craft person that you have to buy the recipes from is actually the fire professor in the Arcanum. Not any other school, it's the fire one. Now, as a fire main, if you're a fire main, you already know about this tab because you go here a lot. But if you don't necessarily go here because you're not a fire main, really the only people who would go here are fire or people who are weaving into fire nowadays. But this guy, if you open his thing up, you'll see there's another tab here for a recipe shop. This is where, as you do these quests and everything, you'll be able to eventually craft all of these wands. However, to get to the focused version, which is the revered, you have to make the legendary first, because the legendary is one of the recipe pieces for the focused. For the legendary, it's okay. The stats are not horrible, but really this is a transitional piece to get to focused. And as you can see, the focused version gives fishing luck and energy. This is the best free-to-play, non-pay-to-win energy wand in the game. Because all the other ones that are better, which give 14 energy, those are all pay-to-win / premium items. This is the only good free-to-play wand in the for energy wand in the game. Unless there's one that's better, this is the best one without having to spend money. So keep that in mind. And we're going to be talking about Squid Ink here, the flying Squid Ink. This is the hardest fucking shit to get. Because shocked keys, you can get these pretty easily through silver chests and stuff like that. Shining scales, we could go over in a different video at some point. Of course, you need the Baba Yaga's mace if it's myth, which is the legendary version. You basically just need the legendary to then make the focused. You need 10 of your 7-pip AoE treasure card, 35 of your perfect gem, 25 ether ore, which is just transmuting ether dust into ore, and then the Squid Ink. The Squid Ink is the hard one. So we're going to talk about how to get it, because there's actually two places that I can recommend that are both in Imperia. One is more known than the other, so we're going to start with the one that's already known. Alright, so now that we're in Imperia, you actually want to go, and I'm going to go to the more discussed place first. Now, I do want to say, before we go in too far, your luck of getting this reagent will be very low, no matter where you go. You can go, because when it comes down to it, this reagent is so rare, it will be a pain to farm no matter what method you use. So I'm going to talk about the fighting methods first. So we're going to go to the stream portal, and we're going to go to the aerial jungle. Now here in aerial jungle, pretty much every boss in this street all have a chance to drop the flying Squid Ink. It's all a chance. So you could get it, you also might not get it. It just kind of depends. But we're looking for a certain sigil over here, which I just want to make sure I'm getting this right, because I'm looking at pictures for reference. That's not the one. Hi, a deep mushroom. Let's look for that. There we go. Yeah, we're looking for a certain sigil here, and it is called the Secret Tunnel. And you basically just go through that. You just go through that instance over and over and over again, way more than you probably want to. And as you do it, you'll eventually find it. I'm just looking for it as we speak. It may even be a side quest that I still need to do. I'm just kind of looking around here. Although I went the absolute wrong way. That is my bad. It's actually more in the northeast section of the aerial jungle. So I'm gonna make my way downtown, walking fast. I don't know the words to that song. All right, it looks like I already see it. Yep, there it is. So yeah, so it's actually right next to the Raider fort here. And then you go over here, and then there's the secret tunnel. This is the go-to place where people will go to get their flying squid ink. You just do the fights in there. It's a pretty standard dungeon. And you just go in there, kill them, leave, and just repeat. This is the place that people talk about the most, but there is another spot that I used to farm for other things that I will show you guys. So I'm not going to do these fights because I'm in energy gear right now, as per usual, because I've been focusing on my death. So I'm going to go to the other spot that I actually used to go to for other things that also happens to drop it. So I will be back. Alright, so our other location that I actually used to farm for couch potatoes and evil magma peas here back in the day. There's actually a boss fight here that's actually a rematch with a guy that you fight in the story. And we're actually going to look for the sigil here. And this is just kind of a more obscure way of getting it. It's not as popular. Okay, yep, this is the one. It's not as popular of a flying squid ink farm a secret tunnel is, but this is an option. And I used to come here for couch potatoes and evil magma peas before I eventually learned that monkey spiders and the mirage enemies have a better drop rate back in the day. So this is an alternative option, especially because his cheats for this version are not that bad. He was 2 turnable back when 130 was current, and he's definitely going to be 2 turnable now. So there you go. So when it comes to flying squid ink, those are the 2 places I would recommend for combat. And it's going to be a pain in the ass no matter what. So it's basically just pick and choose any Imperia boss that you could farm easily. In our case, it was Admiral Dint, back like me and my friends back in the day. And yeah, just find one that's easy to kill, and they should drop it eventually. It's going to be a pain no matter who it is, though. None of them drop it super often. Now, when it comes to the other method of getting flying squid ink, the other method is reliable, but it takes time, and you can only do it once per character. And that's that certain side quests in Imperia do give flying squid ink as a reward. So if you want to maximize on your flying squid ink, I recommend doing those side quests and then seeing how much you're missing before starting your boss fight farms. Because you don't want to go all the way through with the boss farms and then later realize that, hey, you could have just done some side quests for this extra like 8 to 10 or however many there is. So do all of the world side quests first and then do the boss fight of your choice, whether it's control room for Admiral Dint or if you go to the secret tunnel in Aerial Jungle. So just kind of pick and choose. Choose the one that is easier for you. And that's pretty much it. It's not too difficult. Also, on top of it, if you do happen to come to Dint for your boss farming, as you can see, on the side, I've been picking up Aether Dust. Which you can transmute into Aether Ore. And you need the Aether Ore to then make your wand. So, honestly, if you're okay with fighting Admiral Dint a lot, he's the spot that I like, even though Secret Tunnel has been deemed by people as like the more popular choice because there's mob fights and shit that are just easier. But as you can see, you can get the dust while you're here as well. So you're getting 2 birds with 1 stone. And because of those wands being really good for free to play, you're only missing out on 3 energy technically. Technically 8 if you have the Brutal Witch Hunter, and put that into mind, which I do need. So yeah, that is what this book in my hand is, because as an ice wizard, that's what mine looks like. And that is how you get the flying squid ink, as well as this wand. So there you go. That is your reagent series video for the day. Tomorrow, I'm recording this on a Saturday, and this particular video is supposed to drop on a Wednesday. But Thursday is going to be a banger for a lot of y'all. I promise you. So, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully it was helpful. If you like this one, hit the likes, hit the comments, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs for the first time in our lives. And if you found this helpful, big W. Don't forget about the lake tree. We will be actively growing our Discord server for the community so that we can hang out, talk about the game, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know how it goes around here. We're basically trying to build a family here because we are going to be here for a long time. Also, as per usual, expect me to stream later on because, yeah, I'm still focusing on the death. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. My name is Tier, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.